Hi and welcome to Mesa Bricks. In this video I'm going to show you the LEGO Minifigure Series 26, so the space themed minifigures CMF series. So I've got the instructions or the overview of all the minifigures right here, so the real ones are just there. So I think we just get started. Now first of all, the astronaut looks like this. I don't know if I built this one correctly because the helmet really, let's put this away, the helmet can't really open that easily. I don't know if that's on purpose or just my fault. So let's just remove the helmet for now. So that's the minifigure from the front. This is the side and this is the back. This is all brick built, by the way, which I really like. And that's the other side, and that's the front again. Now what I really enjoy about this one is that this seemingly looks kind of real, because this could float through space, like in an outer space and outer shuttle mission, or flying back to, I don't know, maybe to the Hubble telescope. So that's really cool. Before we go on, I would like to focus on the plate all those minifigures come with. This is the second time those are printed. I think the Disney plate was the first one, but it just had the Disney lettering on it. This one has a more elaborate space themed printing on it, which I really enjoy. So this looks really, really nice. Up next is the imposture. Now, as you can see, there are 3 super minifigures. And the cool thing is he's got 2 faces, though one right here that looks kind of realistic, or maybe like a fake smile. And you can see the antenna that gives away his purpose. By the way, can you remove the antenna if you wanted to, and just leave it like a regular hairpiece. And from the back, if we remove the hair, you can see that there's this screen, and one of those small dudes can communicate with you. I really like this one. There are also, by the way, just one just went away. So to report to some supervisor. Now these 3 are all in one box, which I greatly enjoy, to be honest. Those are quite rare, at least in my opinion. I don't see them very often in regular LEGO sets. So it is very nice that those are included. So that's the imposture. Up next, the space tourist with a nice camera. I think I didn't really fit this in. So let's see. Okay, so now it's attached. So the inner monk, right? Inner monk build. And that's the tourist. So let's get some focus and restraint. Now that's the I Love Earth space tourist. His legs are the child legs. Unfortunately, you can't move them individually, so they are just one solid piece. That is not that great. But all the rest about the minifigure, I just love the shirt. That is a really cool print. Also that the arms are printed, I really enjoy that. The backpack looks quite nice, and the head as well. So that's like, could be an ambassador of touristy clothing, right? So if you live in a town where some tourists are and you can see them, you can like almost immediately spot them, because they mostly look like this. So I really like how they captured the space or the Earth tourist. Up next is the only minifigure I can't really relate to be honest. That's like a woman and a dog. Now it's always nice that there are these animals included, and if you want this dog, you don't have any other option than buying this set, or obviously the pieces individually. There are also some arm prints included, which are quite nice. Let's just check if there's a second face in the back. Okay, so that's also double printed. That is quite neat. Oh, let's get some focus and restraint, what the camera is doing. So also that gold printing looks really good. So yeah, so that's the girl with the dog. I have no idea if there's some reference I don't get. So yeah, so the next row, and these are some of my favorites. First of all, this is the Ice Planet girl. I just call her that. So Ice Planet, when I was younger in the 80s, that's, or the early 90s, I think, that's where when those sets were released first. So I really enjoyed them. They were quite nice, and I had the 3D raised base plate base. At least I think so, or I imagine it. I don't know, to be honest. But those were really cool sets. There was one like a longer vehicle with a rocket attached to it with some magnets. I really loved that set. Now let's talk about the helmet. There, by the way, there's also a red hairpiece included in this with this minifigure, but I think together with the robot penguin with the same visor, they just look like really cute together. So I think I'm going to leave them like this, and there are no real arm prints beside that whole shoulder piece, but there's just one print on this side. The other one is just plain. Let's just take a look if there's, okay, so there's also two faces on that minifigure. And again, the ice saw or ice chainsaw, I don't know. So that's also very reminiscent of those old sets from the 80s. A more basic minifigure, however, one of my absolute favorites from this set is the UFO or costume or fan, UFO fan. So what I really like about this minifigure is that like the torso and the legs, they blend in with the plate very nicely. And I've got really some problems with the lighting. I'm really sorry. So they blend in together, and you can see basically it's just maybe a statue of some sort, and all that's left is the UFO that forms like this, that shoulder piece and the head. From the back, as you probably just saw, there's a very nice and crisp painting of planet Earth. That is, I really like this one. It's just sad that the background of the legs aren't printed, as well as the arms. They're just plain black. But other than that, I think this minifigure is really nice. And especially I think the torso and the legs, I think you can do some mocks with it. I really enjoy this minifigure. Up next is also one, I think, that has quite some potential because of the space baby with that space torso print. The girl itself seems to be a robot. So let's just take a look how it looks like. Yeah, exactly. So that's more like a droid, right? With some arm printing on both sides, and the legs are also printed. So that's quite neat. Again, I don't see if there's any reference to this, but the space baby is awesome. The next one, and probably one of the most iconic space minifigures, the M-Tron. This one is really cool. As you can see, there are a ton of printed parts in this set, the round plate and the 1x2 tile as well. There's also, let's see if there's the face, a double print. So it's a bit greenish on that side, and the rest isn't really green. I don't know why that is. Maybe he ate something really bad. I don't know. What's also, I think, worth noting is the legs have the feet are printed, and also the sides of the legs are printed as well. Now that's quite rare, and I think it's worth pointing that out. Other than that, the minifigure is quite neat. It's all right. And the fact that it's an M-Tron is always great. This one right here, I'm also not quite sure about, to be honest. That's like the cooking, I don't know, baking robot helper. So he's whisking some cream, probably, I don't know. So yeah. So other than that, the leg piece is very special, and the head is covered by this greenish sphere, and this is the front. And let's take a look at the back. Looks like this. I really like that this is like more like one of those old tape printings on the back. This is really, really cool. Oh, and by the way, I think with this minifigure, at least I got a spare whisk and a spare cream part. So hopefully you get that as well. So these are, by the way, almost like in my top 3 minifigures. So yeah, I hope you like my talking hands. I'm sorry, but I think it's worth showing these minifigures in more detail. So I figured that's the way to present them. And yeah, so that's the alien or insect person. I don't know what that side build actually is. Maybe you can tell me. I don't really get this reference at all. The minifigure itself, the legs, that is, I think, the harpy from series 25. The torso print is very good, but the headpiece, that's just one solid piece. So let's remove this for now, because I think just the head, I mean, if you want to do some, I don't know, bug or whatever, maybe even underwater theme, I think this could fit in quite nicely, like, right? Also, there's some really cool printed wings on this. So this looks really, really cool. So if you're a Diablo 3 player, I wish they had included like the cosmic wings as like a little note, but I think most people don't play Diablo 3 anymore, so never mind. So that's the alien minifigure, one of my personal favorite ones, actually. Okay, so the next one, that's Orion, I think, because of the printed shield. I think that the hunter. So I think that's a zodiac, right? So yeah, he's supposed to be a bit transparent. Now I think the legs, you can see like my hand or my skin. Yeah. So the problem is that all those parts, those Lego parts, right, there are always 2 sides, as you can see here, like the first half of the leg and the second half, which turns this minifigure just halfway transparent. With the head, it's even more problematic because, you know, it's the front of the head. Well, at first you start with the hairpiece, then the headpiece, then at the back the headpiece again, then the hairpiece. So there are like 4 layers of this transparent pieces, which actually affects the transparency of this minifigure. But the shield itself, I mean, seriously, that looks gorgeous, right? I think that is really, really good. That looks awesome. And last but not least, also one of my all-time favorite fractions in the Lego universe, the Blacktron dude. In that case, a Blacktron mutant. So as you can see, one side of him, like this, looks almost Blacktron-ish or Blacktron-esque, where the other half is clearly mutant-esque. So that's really cool. I like the way the face is split up, and also the legs. There's one regular leg and one that is turned into mutant. There's also those, yeah, so the foot also greatly changed. And as well as the normal arm from the Blacktrons also changed to this double arm or dual arm mold, which I greatly enjoy. I think that's just a great piece. So you could add even another weapon to this guy and he would even look more frightening. So that's like a Two-Face Batman kind of appearance. So I greatly enjoy that minifigure. Okay, so this is my overview of series 26. So again, to show you that's how they look like in the advertisement. So, and my final words, well, I really like them. To be honest, I also think what I quite like, that's an advantage or disadvantage, as you put it, I don't know. So if you think about all the other minifigures, there's always like 1 or 2 chase or hype minifigures. At least for now, I don't really see a hype or some minifigure that is on the spot like one of the ones everyone wants. So, but if I had to pick like 3 or 4 of them, it would definitely the woman or the robot with a space baby, just because of the space baby. That's just perfect, really well made, looks stunning. And of course, the animals. So that robot penguin, I think that looks just awesome. To be honest, I don't even know if there's another penguin in existence in the LEGO universe. Maybe you can tell me, but I think that one looks really, really nice and well made. There's a stud on the back. I don't know why that is. So yeah, but that's just how it looks. And I think that one is really cool. Could be the second, I think, in the more expensive minifigures. And third, obviously talking about the animals, the woman and the dog. I think that's also one option where I could think this might raise in price over time, just because if you want to have this dog, I don't know if there's any other way to get this just by buying this set. And lastly, talk about this dude again. So the imposter, simply because there are these 3 super mini figures included. I think that's always nice. There are also those printed heads. I have to turn you around so you can see that as well. Okay, so I think that one is also really, really cool. All right, so that was my review of this series. So the series 26 by LEGO, the space themed minifigures. What do you think about this series? Are you interested in that? Do you want to buy all of them or just a few? Because I mean, even though they look stunning, I don't really know where to put it. So maybe in, I don't know, in a theme park, in a city, or obviously in a space mock, at least some of them. Maybe, yeah, or maybe if you have like a Roswell fan mock and you could use this one, that would be like super cool. But I think they are kind of a niche product or very special in that regard. So yeah, please tell me, what do you think? Do you buy them? Do you really not plan on buying them? Because to be honest, at first they went under my radar. So sorry for those space jokes. But to be honest, they really grew. So those minifigures really grew on them. And some of them are really just out of this world. So again, sorry for the bad joke, but that's just how it is. All right, so to wrap up this video, thank you for watching. I had a blast talking about these minifigures and I am definitely planning to buy some more. And if you maybe like my video or even subscribe to my channel, I would see you in the next video. That would be great. So yeah, please do that. That would be most helpful for me. So thank you very much if you're doing that. And as I said, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and bye-bye.